next YouTube channel video. We're making some great changes for 2021. Please do subscribe. I'm on a push for the big subscriber drive. You'll see down in the links below, unbelievable, my new 30-page China Internet Censorship and Security Special Report revealing the unbelievable truth about how many of the world's top websites are not blocked in China. Yeah, that's right. They're not blocked in China. So if you think that the Chinese government is interested in thought control and the brainwashing of its citizens, well, that's just another stupid theory debunked. You keep hearing all this negative things about China that are just totally untrue. And that is, by the way, going to be the full topic of I'll be on for this video. Anyway, that report's available for only $2. This is my very special subscriber drive offer to all of you. Please subscribe and share with other people. For our video for today, I've got you here and I've got my screen here. I'm doing this for fun. It took me 5 minutes to do what it is that I said I was going to do, which was prove that my statement that I've become known for, that's being shared all over the world, is true. And what statement is that? My dear friends and world leaders, politicians, those of you who love China, those of you who hate China, whatever it might be, here's the fact. China is the largest, safe, stable, successful, and capable country on the planet. Yes, that statement is absolutely, factually, evidently, observably, obviously, and irrefutably accurate and true. I'm having such a good time sharing this with you. I know it upsets a lot of people, primarily the imperialist, oligarch, warmongers of the West. You know, all of you folks in power there in the United States and all these other countries. I'm sorry. Your day is done. And you are not going down easy, are you? You have gone on a rampage, a libelous campaign. It's like, if you don't like Mario, let's just accuse him of being a baby killer. That's what you people have done against China. You're trying to tell the world that China's committing genocide in Xinjiang. I don't know what to tell you. It's like a joke, okay? Human Rights Watch and ASPI and whatever these names are in Australia, and Zens and NED, who was funding the violent riots in Hong Kong. United States funding of violent protests to upset the stability of another country. Does that sound familiar? This crap's been going on by United States actors for 70 years, ever since the post-World War II Korean War. And when the first time they did it was the imperialist aggressions of the United States on the Korean Peninsula. And by the way, I just played MacArthur. I'm like really popular again in China, like I was at the beginning of the year. I played General Douglas MacArthur in the most important CCTV1 primetime TV series that's on the air right now. It debuted on Christmas Day, December 25th, and I played General Douglas MacArthur, that warmongering, I don't know what to say. Even Truman thought he was nuts, because he said he declared that he was going to cross the Yalu River and destroy China once and for all. Yeah, right. Okay. So some things never change, it seems. The imperialist warmongering of the United States has not abated for 7 decades. since. What are you going to do? Going back to the topic of this video and my supporting evidence, again, I want to say something to you. I would never say something that isn't factually true. There was a guy on Twitter. He actually replied to me and said, "Who the hell are you? Who the hell do you think you are? Listen to me. Let me tell you who I am. Okay, I am the source. You're making assertions. You have to prove them." I said, no, I wouldn't be making the assertion if I didn't already know it was easily provable. Okay, so when I say something about China, it's true. It's evident. Clearly, not my personal opinion. Do you think that I am going to put myself on the line? Look, I'm in national media, okay? George Galloway, former politician and legendary guy on RT UK, invited me on the show twice so far. Okay, I'm in national media all over China, and I'm all over TV. I'm all over the YouTube. Obviously, CGTN has millions of subscribers in their YouTube channel. Okay, I'm a thought leader on Huawei's platform for thought leadership. Thank you. I appreciate very much, with many of the other wonderful thought leaders. Do you think I'm going to publicly say something that's not right or true so then I look like an idiot and look like a fool? You say stuff that's not true. You see how vicious the media is? So I'm not going to do that, and I don't do that. So let me again make the statement and then make sure that you understand what I'm saying is irrefutably true. China is the largest, safe, stable, successful, and capable country on the planet. And that is irrefutably, evidently, and obviously true. Good. So there's some small outfit. The purpose of this video is to now say, well, let's talk about that in a little more detail. And I'm going to cover the first half of it and show it to you so then we can be done with it. And then share this, please, with everybody. So China is the largest, safe, stable, successful, and capable country on the planet. Okay, we're going to divide that in half because largest, safe, stable, they go together. Safe and stable go together. My most recent video my most recent end of the year video for CGTN was on safety and stability. That's what everybody wants on our daily lives. Folks, that's what people want. Well, with the exception of some people who like chaos, right? That's another story. Okay? So people want safety and stability. So China is the largest safe and stable country. And it is. Is it the safest? No. There wasn't 0 murders in China last year. Okay? There was 0 murders in St. Helena, Channel Islands, Isle of Man, Andorra, Vatican City, good to know, San Marino, Monaco, Nauru, which is part of Micronesia, Niue, part of Polynesia, Singapore. There were 9 homicides in Singapore, and there was 334 in Japan, and there was 13 in Oman. Luxembourg, Macau each had 2. There was 1 in French Polynesia. There was 1,150 murders or homicides in Indonesia. Remember, we're talking about compared to the population, that's still a very low number. We keep going down only to number 24. United Arab Emirates, there was 44 murders. Bahrain, there was 7. China, there was 7,525. But again, that's relative to the population of 1.4 billion people. So China is number 24. That's according to this ranking. This ranking is United Nations, UNODC Global Study. That's the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. They have a beautiful map. And on this beautiful map, there's 5 colors, and Eastern Asia is the only one. Eastern Asia is pink. Western Africa is pink. Western Asia is pink. Northern America is pink, right? because even relative to the population, those areas are safer, but they're not as safe as Asia. Asia. That's the key word I want you to know. The rate of the murder rates. This is just one parameter. I'm going to take you to the Gallup study in a minute, the 2020 study, which really shows you why China is one of the most safest countries in the whole wide world, which is unbelievable considering it's 1.4 billion people. That's the point. So the rate of the murder rates, according to the United Nations, for the Americas, 16.3. This is the rate per 100,000. Africa, 12.5. Can you imagine America's is worse than Africa? I mean, United States is a violent country. You people are out here. You guys are nuts over there. It's really, really unfortunate. The entire world is upset with the United States of America, right? So even Americans should be upset with the United States of America. You need to know that the entire world, all the rest of us, are upset with the United States of America. The state of affairs over there is horrifying. It's a breakdown of society and everything else. It's just terrible because half the country is wonderful, beautiful people. So I'm not anti-American. I'm pro-American. I want America to be wonderful like it was when I grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Please. What a beautiful country. And well over half the people are beautiful. Beautiful people. The rest seem to be a bit nuts. I don't know what's going on. Africa, 12.5. The world in general, 6.2. This is the murder rate. Europe, 3.0. Oceania, 3.0. Asia. And keep in mind, Asia, that's like Thailand, Japan, China, Singapore, Vietnam, and the rate 2.9. The lowest rate of violence in the world is Asia. And within Asia, who's the biggest and most influential and most important? China. Now, you'll see who rates safer, even safer overall than China is Japan and Singapore. Singapore's the one. And then part of China, whom they count, they even call it a country, Taiwan, which is not correct. Like literally not correct. Taiwan is not a country, it's a province of China. Legally incorrectly. But anyway, those even have a higher safety rating than China. But look how small their populations are. So for China to have such a low safety rating is really amazing and wonderful. And being a guy that lives here with my wife, my boy, my boy's grandma, my mother-in-law, who doesn't speak a wink of English, amazing. To know that my mother-in-law, my boy, my 9-year-old boy and his grandma can go out and be safe anytime. And that's one of the parameters that Gallup asks on its poll. We'll talk about that poll in a minute. So in this video, I'm covering how China is so incredibly safe and stable. In the next video, I'll cover the second half of the statement. Is I said China is the world's the largest, safe, stable, successful, and capable country. I'll cover that in part 2 of this video. Right now, we're talking about how safe and stable it is. So far, so good, right? worldpopulationreview.com. Okay. Oh, by the way, all the information that I just got previously was, you want the reference, you want to know, just Google in UNODC. That's United Nations Office of Drugs and Crime, or go to that Wikipedia. Okay. Next one, worldpopulationreview.com. There's this big, beautiful map. And the colors of the map are reddish to brownish to this purple color. And the only countries that have the purple color are China, Saudi Arabia, Kazakhstan, hang on, Uzbekistan, and Romania, Belarus, Finland, and a couple of other little small ones in there. I can barely put the dot on them. Czech Republic, what's that one? Switzerland. I mean, this is just incredible. These are the only ones with a crime rate by country below 20, and includes China. And China is the only one that's got such an enormous population. It's just incredible. So countries with the highest crime rates, forget it. We don't want to know. It's horrible. I don't want to talk about that today. So that's the story on that one. That's that crime index. Let me go to the next one. This is the United States government.gov, the State Department. So here's an assessment of the State Department. The State Department has assessed China, uh, Shanghai specifically. So this is their assessment on Shanghai. Shanghai is, so then we can say, and we can, that all other cities in China, all the other big cities are, honestly, they're pretty similar to Shanghai. They're very similar in terms of profile. Shanghai's got more foreigners, but if you go to Shanghai, Chengdu, Chongqing, I mean Qingdao, Dalian, Xi'an, Shenyang, where I live, Beijing, I could name 30 more cities, and all within a hair, they're all the same in terms of their safety profile. And the United States government does not want to be generous in how they describe things, and they say violent crime is relatively uncommon, which means like it's like freaking completely uncommon. It like is rare. They wouldn't say that. It just sounds too good. And let me see here. Was up here? Did I miss it? Yeah, right. The United States Department of State has assessed Shanghai as being a low threat location for crime. I love this next sentence. Violent crimes like homicide, burglary, and robbery do occur, but the rate of these crimes is relatively low. Relatively low to a country in which they're already really, really low. You see? So that's how low it is. All right, I'll move on. I'm going to move on from that one. My favorite, and I can quote this from a number of different websites. Global Times did an article about it, of course, because they're so proud of China, and they should be. And here's another article, and where's this one? Safe City. Oh, The Economist, Safe Cities Index, and then here's this one, which I'm just going to go to. Oh, wait a minute. Numbeo. So here's another one, numbeo.com, numbeo.com. I don't know what this is. Okay, but I told you it's numbeo.com. And so on numbeo.com, what do we got? By country. Yeah, right. Yeah, here we go. Right, here it is. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 parameters, and low, 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 low. They're all low. 2 are rated moderate. The 2 that are rated moderate, crime increasing in the past 3 years. Okay. Problem, corruption, and bribery, higher. Yeah, you can go along with that, right? But again, over the last 5 years, especially, Xi Jinping has really cleaned up corruption hugely, 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 hugely. So that's Numbeo, and I'm saving the best for last. And before I tell you the best for last, which is the Gallup Annual Global Law and Order Report, I want to tell you about this other one. So this guy was chasing me in my Twitter. He was being annoying, but I thanked him because it's good to make me want to do this video and come up with the statistics and the references. It's good for all of you. So that's okay. But he sent me one called UG Wire, and I look at the UG Wire's list of 100 safest countries in the world, and China's not even on it. I'm just like, obviously something's wrong. So I'm like, what was it, a typo or something? And I tweeted to UG Wire, and I went to their website, and I don't know who they are. They're certainly not like Gallup. I don't know who they are. But for whatever, and I asked them, so how do you justify China not being on your list of 100 safest cities? Could you please answer that question? I wasn't being a smart aleck. I was just asking the question. Well, they liked the tweet. Can you imagine? They liked the tweet but didn't answer the question. So I then wrote to them again. This is in Twitter. So I see that you liked my tweet. Would you please answer the question? And they haven't done that yet. So I don't know what kind of an answer they could give. Because China's ranked 3rd in the world. I mean, by Gallup. Now, Gallup is a U.S. company. you can be sure you'll never see this on mainstream media. This is the uh, 2020 Global Law and Order Report. You go to Gallup.com. Look, you want to do your research. I provide you with the links. You Google it, folks. Gallup Global Law and Order Report 2020. I'm providing you with the reference. Do some of your own homework. Don't be so lazy. So there it is. Released by American analytics and advisory company Gallup, uses 4 questions to gauge people's sense of personal security and their personal experiences with crime and law enforcement. Now, by the way, on the corporate communications side, Gallup did a poll years ago, the famous 12 questions of what it is that great managers do. It's this wonderful survey, and then there's this wonderful book called by Marcus Buckingham. There's this wonderful book called Breaking the Rules. What the hell? Oh my God, I just forgot the name of the book. Now I really look stupid on my video. First Break All the Rules. And it shows, it's based on Gallup's 12 questions showing what the best managers do. And that's my favorite corporate communications and leadership management book in all the world, by Gallup with Marcus Buckingham. Now we're back to global law and order. This is Gallup's poll. They have a lovely, amazing way of asking the right questions. And here we go. 1. If the residents have confidence in the local police force. Wow. What a question. 2. If they feel safe walking alone at night. I can't think of a better one than that, right? I mean, if that doesn't tell you how safe a country is, I don't know what does. 3, if they had money or property stolen within the last 12 months. And 4, if they have been assaulted or mugged within the past 12 months. Those 4 questions. Mind you, there's not even any questions there about murder. So it's not even that bad. And that's the whole point. So in this 2020 result, Singapore comes up first. Turkmenistan comes up second. This is the small East Asian country. And unfortunately, Turkmenistan is home to the East Turkmenistan independence movement or something like that, of those damn terrorists who incited the terrorist violence, slaughtered 200 people in Xinjiang. Horrifying. So there's this little radical group that's related with that word Turkmenistan, which is really unfortunate, because otherwise Turkmenistan is this wonderfully safe country. And along with China, third, and then also in the top 10, Iceland, Kuwait, Norway, Austria, Switzerland, Uzbekistan, and the United Arab Emirates. I will wrap this video up right here to also add Japan, because it's up there somewhere. And also, again, lots of people mention Taiwan, the province of China, not a country, but they mention Taiwan as also being at the top of these lists of safest countries in the world. So, here's a little side tidbit. Again, Xi Jinping's government has done such a fantastic job of making this country such a better country. Man, they've done a fantastic job. There's no denying it. In 2018, the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China and the State Council launched a 3-year campaign against organized crime. By the end of August this year, 3,347 mafia-style organizations and 10,000 plus other criminal gangs had been busted nationwide, according to the National Office Against Organized Crimes. According to the Ministry of Public Security, the number of crimes involving guns and explosions in China decreased by 50% in 2019 compared with that in 2018. And that, again, is relative to even back in those years, like through this entire decade of the 2 decades of the 2000s. All these years that I'm in China, which is 21 years, everything I just said to you is just as true back in 2005 as 2010, 2015, 2020. All these years, China is very, very safe. Today, now, I'd say, yeah, because of these kinds of cleanups and corruption cleaning up, and the fact that the country is doing so well. The people are so united together with the government, defeating, eradicating, controlling the virus. China's an amazing place. And yeah. So yes, I have just, I believe, made the case clear as a bell. China's the largest, safe, stable country on the planet. And I'm very, very happy to share this with you. That's the end of part one, ladies and gentlemen. In part two, I don't know, I'll do it tomorrow, within a couple of days. China, this part two is China's the largest, safe, stable, successful, and capable country on the planet. It sure is. Who did Steve Jobs come to when he needed Gorilla Glass? The only country in the world who could make it, and also at scale. China's success and capability is incredible. China's now was the largest recipient of FDI, surpassing the United States for the first time. There's so much I can tell you in the second video about how successful and capable China is. China is the world's core economic growth engine. The EU knows it. The United States knows it. Everybody knows it. It's easily provable with a few references, and that's what I'll cover in the second video. I've enjoyed sharing this with you. I hope you've enjoyed listening to it, and I'll stop right here. We will catch you all later. Thanks, everyone.